Hello, music fans. Today we're talking about great bands that start with the letter G. It's going to be a bit shorter than my previous letter videos because I only have 3 bands to mention today. I just didn't think of as many bands I love that start with G, but I know what my favorite one is, and it's Gentle Giant. And this is their album Octopus that I have here. That's actually my second favorite Gentle Giant album. My favorite is Free Hand. It's pretty close between those two. I like them both a lot. I don't have a copy of Free Hand, I just have Octopus here. They are very talented musicians. They bring in influences from Baroque music and classical music, mix them with rock. They have a way of being very progressive and experimental, but also they have lots of songs that are danceable and catchy. They have lots of crazy vocal harmony parts. Just a really impressive band. It's a little bit quirky. It's not for everybody, but I recommend them if you like progressive rock. And I did a album ranking video for Gentle Giant with my friend Alon here on the channel. So check that out if you want to hear more about Gentle Giant. My second favorite band that starts with the letter G is another prog rock band. In fact, all 3 of these bands today are progressive rock bands. No metal, no post-hardcore or anything like that today. It's all prog rock today. So my second favorite is Genesis, another classic prog rock band. They're more famous than Gentle Giant. They had their Peter Gabriel era initially, where Peter Gabriel was the front man of the band, and then after that Phil Collins became the front man. Phil Collins was the drummer during the Peter Gabriel era, and he did backing vocals. He became the front man. Then they went a little bit more in the pop rock direction, and they had lots of hits, big hits, so they were pretty famous in the Phil Collins days. I like some of the stuff from both eras, so I like some of the Phil Collins songs, I like some of the Peter Gabriel songs. It's kind of nice that there's those 2 eras of the band and you can appreciate both for what they are. Hardcore prog fans are going to prefer the earlier stuff, and people that like pop rock will like the later stuff with Phil Collins leading the band more, and I appreciate both. And last band I'll mention today that starts with G is Good Tiger. It is, I guess, kind of a super group. Has some ex-members of Tesseract, ex-members of the Safety Fire, I think the Faceless, some other bands like that. They got together and they made a prog rock band. They kind of dropped the metal. Those are all metal bands, but this band isn't really metal. They're kind of artsy prog rock. They have a little bit of heaviness to them. They have a little bit of just alternative rock and really catchy, high-pitched vocals. The vocals could sound a little on like the emo side as well. Their album from last year, from 2020, I forget what it's called, but it was pretty good. I think I had it in my top 40 albums of the year video, and it might have been pretty high up too, actually. So I'm looking forward to hearing what Good Tiger does next, because unfortunately the first 2 bands I mentioned, Gentle Giant and Genesis, they no longer make music. They were most active in the 70s and a bit in the 80s. Genesis kept going to the 90s as well, but they don't really make music anymore, unfortunately. And that's it for the letter G. Stay tuned for my next video on my favorite bands that start with the letter H. Peace out.